What's going on, guys? This is Patty from growwithdrive.com, and on today's video I'm going to be showing you how to create a likes ad for your Facebook fan page. It's very important that you start getting new eyes to your page. It's very important that you start having a constant flow of people going through your page, because if you're online, you should be focusing on three things: building your audience, engaging your audience, and then the last step is selling to your audience. So this is a great way to start building your audience and start creating a community of people that just loves your content, because that's what you should be putting out: massive content. Alright, so I'm going to take you over to my fan page, Grow with Drive. And before you start with a likes ad running, just make sure that your fan page is somewhat set up. Make sure that it's full. Make sure that you already have some content on there, so when people start flowing in and going to checking out your website, basically they already see what you're about. They're already getting to know you a little bit just by seeing what you're posting on your wall. Alright, so get a little creative with it, put a little pizzazz, put a little your personality in it, of course, and it's all about sharing massive content. Alright, so when you're on your Facebook fan page, I'm assuming that you already created your Facebook fan page. If you haven't yet and you need some help on how to create it, I actually already did a training on that. I'm going to be attaching it somewhere along this video. But for now, I'm going to assume that you already have it set up. So when you have a fan page, they already give you an ads manager. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up here into this arrow, go down to manage ads, and it's going to take you to ads manager. Okay, so once you go inside your ads manager, this is the screen that you're going to see. And what you're going to want to do is go to the top right hand corner. This green button is going to say create ads. Just press that. Then it's going to show you to this screen where you're going to choose your objective. Facebook has a lot of different ads that you can do, like brand awareness, traffic to your website, conversions on your website, video views. But for this one, we're going to pick engagement. And then it's going to drop down and it's going to give you 4 choices, which is post engagement, page likes, event responses, and offer claims. Obviously, you're going to pick the page likes. And then just give your campaign a name. Something that you'll know, like which ad campaign it is. But for this one, I'm just going to put likes ad demo. And then just click continue. And the first thing that's going to pop up is going to choose which Facebook fan page that you're going to pick. I'm going to pick my personal fan page. And then you just pick whatever fan page you got, whatever for your business fan page, whatever you want to run traffic to, you pick that one. Also, I want you to pay attention to the right hand side over here where it says audience size. This is going to tell you, this is where you're going to look at to tell you how, big your audience reach is for what the categories that you're going to put. All right, when you start building your audience and, creating the ad, this is going to tell you how many people it's going to reach. All right, so when you get to audiences, I automatically put the United States because I live in the United States. Obviously, if you live in the United Kingdom and you want people from the United Kingdom, you put whatever country that you want in there. And also, just be aware, if you do want to target different countries, just make sure that those countries are actually, your business is actually in those countries. You can't, if you're somebody living in Florida, don't target somebody from the Philippines when your company is not even in the Philippines yet. All right, so just stick to the countries that your business is in. So when you the next thing you do is going to pick your age. We usually target people from 20 to 65, but if you want to target a younger crowd or older crowd, it's really up to you. You're the one that's going to define your brand. You're the one that's going to define your audience. So you pick what age range you want to connect with and which one you want to reach out to. Also, same for gender. If you're just looking to connect with other women or you're just looking to connect with other men, you have the choice to, pick which one. But right now, I'm going to pick all. You can also have a choice of language. Of course, we're going to put English all. You can put whatever language whatever language you want. But also, I recommend if you're gonna pick another language, make sure that you know how to talk and read and communicate in that language. Don't pick Spanish to target Spanish speakers when you yourself don't speak Spanish. And this also goes along with your brand. What language you're gonna want to use for your brand or your marketing. It's really up to you. But just make sure that you speak the same language of the people that you're targeting. All right, so I'm just gonna go to X these out because I'm gonna start fresh new targeting with you guys. All right, before I said, just pay attention to the audience size. Without any demographics put in, the potential reach is 178 million people. Obviously, that is way too much. You're going to want to get as targeted and as specific as possible. This is why it's very important to know your target market and your target audience, because this is where, Facebook is going to target those people for you. Facebook is going to take whatever you give it and show it to the people that fall under these categories. All right, so you just definitely have to be aware that you have to have a defined audience. You have to know who you want to reach out to. And when it comes to audience size, I have a sweet spot that I like to go after. And when I'm building my audience size, I go from either 200,000 to about 800,000. Usually I go in between 300 to 400,000 just because, I don't know, I just like those numbers better. But the smaller, the better. But obviously you want to have a good size of people to reach. All right. So for this example, I'm going to choose the travel niche. If you're in the MLM or a company of, that maybe you offer travel discounts, on hotels, on air flights, stuff like that, you can put all those interests in here. So if I'm doing travel, I will probably target people that shop or do online, they buy the tickets online. So that's stuff like Expedia. Just click that. And what I like about Facebook is when you click or when you pick one type of interest, it gives you like a whole list of suggestions that go along with what you pick. So they're going to start showing you things like TripAdvisor, Hotels.com, Booking.com. I'm going to pick all of these. Trivago, I know it's another travel site. I'm going to pick all of these and see what the audience reach is going to be. I'm just going to pick these 5 for now. And as you can see, the audience is 32 million. That's still a very broad audience. So you're going to have to break it down even more. This is where, you get really more specific. So they like traveling. They're booking on Expedia, on hotels and TripAdvisor. But what else do they like? Do they like to go on cruises? Do they like certain airlines? Do they like certain hotels? There's a lot of different categories that you can break it down. And obviously, if people is going on Facebook and liking these pages, they really like to travel. But it's really just about testing and tweaking, and just making sure that the audience size is on the sweet spot. So if 32 million people like all these travel sites, I want to narrow it down even more. So let's say if I do want to target somebody that likes, I don't know, Delta. Maybe they like, different airlines. Delta is not really too much. Maybe, here it is, Delta interest, 1 million people. Let's see if that changes this. Oh, look at that. The audience went down to 330,000. That's actually not a bad audience, but I recommend that, hey, maybe you can get even more specific than that. Maybe, let's say, maybe you can try, maybe they like JetBlue also. Let's see if this comes out. Even though that is already a sweet spot, it's all about seeing. Oh, see, now it went too high. See that? So you can either take off the JetBlue, or maybe you can take off, maybe TripAdvisor has 107 million. Let's exit that out. Let's see what type of different audience sizes we can get. 540. That's not too bad. But I think I like the other one better. I think I'm going to take off JetBlue. Let me see what happens if I take off JetBlue. 140,000. I think, let me put on, and put TripAdvisor back on because I like that audience size better. 330,000. Alright, so I'm going to keep this audience. It's people that like Booking.com, Expedia Hotels, TripAdvisor, and Trivago, but that also like the Delta Airlines. That's very specific. You know that this person really likes to travel, and they're very specific with their traveling. And you know, maybe when you setting up an ad, since they like Delta, maybe you can, we're going to get into that when you go into the picture ads, but maybe you can have wordings that, you know, that stands out to people that likes traveling or dislikes a specific airline. All right, but we're going to keep this audience for now because we're going to go into it more when we actually place the ad. All right, so and when you go under the connections, you have, this is a very important step. When you go into the connections, make sure that you are excluding people that already like your page, because you don't want Facebook to retarget the same people that already like it, because you're basically wasting a like. It could go to somebody that never seen your page before, instead of, you know, there's no point of retargeting people that already like your page. So you just click here, click Facebook ad, and just click to exclude people who like your page, and then just pick your page, which page that you're running the ad to. You can save the audience if you want to save it for a future ad. You can do that here and just name it so you'll know what's in that ad, what type of categories you have in there. Then it's the placements. Facebook automatically places it, like whether in the news feed or in the right columns. You can also edit it, but when it comes to the likes page, they just put it on two spots only, which is the news feed column and the right column. But when it comes to other ads, you have the options to put it on Instagram, in-stream videos. It's different places that Facebook puts it. But for the likes ad, they just put it on two different places, so you don't really have to touch that too much. So you could just leave it at automatic placements. That's what I usually do. Then next is the budget. We like to just do $5 a day. With just $5 a day, you can get a lot of, you know, numbers and a lot of statistics when it comes to your ad. You can start accumulating a lot of, you know, figures to let you know which ad is working, what's not working. You can do all this with just $5 a day. So, you know, depending on your budget, you know, obviously I don't recommend going overboard. Don't be spending like $100 a day. It's all about testing and tweaking. Start with $5 a day. See which ad is working. Change pictures. Change your ad copy just to get the most out of your ad. All right. So, and if when it comes to the likes ad, the number that I like to see that is costing me is 50 cents and below. You know, a couple times I had my likes ad go down to even 12 cents. But like I said, it's all about testing and tweaking so you can finally see what's working, and then whatever's working, the lower the price, the lower the click is going to be. All right, so remember, so if the likes you're getting for 50 cents and below, then you're good to go. Everything else just stay the same, because Facebook is really good with knowing who to show it to. You know, obviously depending on your audience and what you're picking out, but Facebook is really good at knowing who to show your ad to. All right, so we're just going to click continue. Now, this is the format. This is where you start creating your ad. There's different ways. There's different formats. You can either do a single image. You can do a video, or you can do a video and an image. Usually, when it comes to likes ad, I just do a single image. Make sure that it's something that pops up at your audience. All right, so just make sure that you're creating and you're looking for images. It's gonna pop out to your audience. It's gonna grab their attention. Remember, like, just picture yourself going through your news feed. What type of ads are popping up that's grabbing your attention. Put yourself in your consumer's shoes. All right. And also, here's another tip. Find out who the big dogs of your company is. Find out who the big dogs, if you're in an MLM, or if you're doing affiliate marketing, network marketing, find out what the big dogs are doing online. Subscribe to, like their pages. Because once you start liking their pages, you're going to start seeing them in your newsfeed. And if you see them in your newsfeed, you're going to start getting some ideas of, what's working for some other people. I mean, I'm not saying to copy the exact thing that they're doing, but, just to get your own creative juices flowing. See what other people is doing. See what wordage they're using, the color schemes, the type of picture it is. You got to be doing stuff like that in order to get, your creative self up, and just to start knowing what your customers like. All right, so definitely the image is important. Your ad copy is important. The text, that's where it shows here. Up here, I'm going to type something, use the keyboard. Alright, so copywriting is one of the most important parts of your ad. This is why it's important to know your audience, because once you know, like, how they think, how they move, what their interests are, what their passions in life are, what are their fears in life, you get to understand and actually write something that resonates with them. Talking in a way that's like speaking directly to them, maybe bringing them back to an experience that they had, maybe online, or, in regards to any life experience. Just make sure that it resonates with them. All right, so that's why copywriting is important. Yeah, so the next is your landing page view. That just means, like, when they do like your page, it sends them to your actual page. And you can pick if you want them to go look at your videos, your photos, your posts. I usually just do posts, because it shows my videos and my photos, so I just do both. And then pixel tracking, definitely important to have that on. I'm not really going to get into too much of the pixel, how to set that up right now, because that's a separate training all on its own. But it's definitely important to be tracking all your stuff. It's definitely important to be, knowing where people are landing on your page, where, what content they like better, what are they liking, what are they sharing, or, that's why it's important to have your pixel, just to keep track of everything. So you definitely want to be doing that. And that's basically it. And then you just click place your order, and then Facebook reviews it. They usually get back to you within 24 to 48 hours if they approved it or not. Usually some of the stuff where they would deny it is if you have too much text on your photos. So you will have to go back. Just try not to do too much text on the photo, because they're really iffy on that. And if you do it too many times, then it can cause more problems, because Facebook doesn't like that type of stuff. So just be careful with that. That's really all the stuff that they would deny you for the most part. Oh, and also, like, if you're in MLMs or like a network marketing, Facebook doesn't like that if you do like income claims, like some income claims as in some drastic, like, I don't know, become a millionaire in 2 weeks, something crazy like that. Like, Facebook doesn't like that. Facebook doesn't like, the sleazy salesman language, I guess you can like describe it like that. So just put some creative wording on it. Don't, stay away from the salesy type of language. All right. If there's anything else I'm missing, I think that's it. I mean, you just place your ad, and actually, let me give you guys a little diagram, because Facebook, when you're building your Facebook business, you want to have a sequence of things, right? So you want to build your Facebook fan page first, like what I showed you. Let's say when you build your Facebook fan page, right? This is your Facebook fan page. You're gonna obviously want to create what I just showed you, the likes ad, right? Because the more eyeballs to your page, the better. Think of your business as your storefront. Like, you want people to see your business, or else you're not gonna get no customers in and out of your door. You're going to constantly be in front of new people, reaching out, building the relationships, building the rapport with them. Oh, all right. So you're gonna want to have that constantly going. With, like I said, with $5 a day, you'd be good to go. You have fresh eyes every day. Then after the second step to this, I'm gonna give you a little bonus tip, is to create a video ad. Creating a video ad and running that ad to the people that already like your page. One thing you want to be doing on the internet, online, is, building your audience, engaging your audience, and then selling to your audience. All right. But the way that you build and engage your audience is if you get in front of them constantly, where they get to the point where they like and they know and they trust you. All right. So if they see you repetitively on their timeline, if they see you out there, doing your thing, giving some tips and some content, they're going to be drawn to you. They're going to be attracted to you, because they're going to be like, oh, they always on my timeline. Let me see what they got going on. It's something that they interest me. So you want to constantly be getting new eyes, and also recycling, getting your content around the same eyes too, because that's how you build it. That's how you build a relationship. All right. So after that, it is the video ads, and might do another. My computer's about to die, so I'm just gonna run through this really quick on how to set up a little video ad. It's really the same process of creating a likes ad, but instead of clicking engagement, you're gonna click video views. Right? So you're just going to set something up. I encourage you to try to make a video that's less than 2 minutes. Usually less than 1 minute if you can, but 2 minutes the most, because people kind of have a short attention span. So if you can catch their attention quick, the better when building a video ad. It's going to be the same procedure, but instead, there's 2 ways that you can do this with the video ad. The connections, you can include your people who like your page. So you can bring those same eyes that already like to your page to your video ad. So that way in the video ad, you can be like, catch their attention, thank you for coming to my page, thank you for visiting. It's gonna catch them like, I was on your page, let me see what's going on. Get something catchy like that, something that that stands out, that pops out, that will catch the attention of your target market. That's really all the steps. My computer's about to die. I hope you guys got value from this video. If you did, please like and share. Again, this is Patty from Grow with Drive. You can catch us at facebook.com/growwithdrive or growwithdrive@gmail.com. And I'll see you guys on the next video. So bye for now.